Alrighty, here we are on lesson 5, multiplying fractions and mixed numbers, and this is going to be day 1. So, if you look at the procedure at the top, it says remember to change mixed numbers to improper fractions. Then you check for cross division, we multiply across, and then we simplify. So, number 1, we have 7/9 times 3/8. So first I'm going to check for cross division, and I know between my 3 and my 9, I can divide both of those by 3, so my 3 becomes a 1. My 9 becomes a 3. So then I just go ahead and multiply straight across. So 7 times 1 is 7 over 3 times 8 is 24. So 7/24 is our final answer. Number 2, I have 3/4 times 2/3. So again, cross division, both of my 3's can become 1's. And then between my 4 and my 2, I can divide those both by 2. So my 2 becomes a 1. My 4 becomes a 2. So now when I multiply across, I get 1/2. Number 3, I have 4/5 times 3/10. So cross division between only my 4 and my 10. They're both even numbers, so I can divide both of them by 2. So my 4 becomes a 2, my 10 becomes a 5. And then that's the only cross division I can do. So when I go ahead and multiply across, I have 2 times 6, or 2 times 3, which is 6 on the top, over 5 times 5 on the bottom, which is 25. Okay, so moving down to the next row, I have mixed numbers. So I need to change these to improper fractions. So there's a few ways you could do it. The way I use is that I multiply up. So 5 times 4 is 20, plus 1 gives us 21. Keep the denominator over 4. And times, same thing, 3 times 4 is 12. Plus 2 would give us 14/3. So now I can cross divide, and I can, let's see, 23 and 7 I can divide, or 21 and 3, combining all my numbers today, I can divide both of those by 3, so my 3 becomes a 1, my 21 becomes a 7, and then my 14 and my 4 I can divide both of those by 2, so my 4 becomes a 2, my 14 becomes a 7. I can't cross divide anymore, so I'm just going to multiply across. 7 times 7 is 49, over 2 times 1 is 2, and you can leave it just like that. You don't have to put it back into a mixed number. Number 5, I have 4 and 4/5 times 1 and 1/9. So again, I'm going to multiply up. 5 times 4 is 20, plus 4 is 24, over 5, times 9 times 1 is 9, plus 1 gives us 10, so we have 10/9. Check for cross division. I can divide 5 and 10 by 5. So my 5 becomes a 1, my 10 becomes a 2. And now the 24 and the 9, you might not see it at first, but you can divide both of those by 3. So my 9 becomes a 3, my 24 becomes an 8. So now I can't cross divide anymore, so I can just multiply straight across. 8 times 2 is 16. 1 times 3 is 3, so I get 16/3. Then my last one here, I'm going to change 6 and 1/5. So 5 times 6 is 30, plus 1 gives us 31, over 5, and then times, remember whole numbers are always over 1, so this would be 15 over 1. And then I can cross divide my 5 and my 15. I can divide both of those by 5, so this becomes a 1, my 15 becomes a 3. And then if I multiply straight across, 31 times 3 gives us 93 for our final answer. Alright, so that's all we're going to do in the video, and then we'll just do some more practice in class together.